Hey there folks, in this video I'm going to be showing you my favorite water filter system for the kitchen, for drinking water and for cooking. Now when I first began my health journey over 10 years ago, I didn't know a lot about water filters, but I did know that if you're on town water, the water has been treated with things like chlorine or fluoride simply because they have to when they're gathering it up in large quantities and when they're running it through pipelines. And so one of the first things I did was try to dive into finding a filter that would take out some of those nasty things that actually can wear down your gut over time and decrease your health and specifically decrease your immune system. I'm going to walk you through the different things I tried and then also tell you about my favorite filter that I've settled for, that I love, and that I'll probably use for the rest of my life. The very first water filter that I tried to use to help filter out some of the chlorine and things found in my town water was actually a Brita water filter. Now this came with a little pitcher and basically it was just did enough for like fresh drinking water. It didn't filter out all the chlorine, but I figured it was better than nothing. After that, I actually moved in with some family and they had a reverse osmosis system installed in their home. Now, that system is great. It's actually nice that the water gets filtered before it comes through the taps, but there was a few things I didn't love about it. One was the water actually tasted salty, which I didn't like, and then reverse osmosis systems are also, they say it strips all the minerals from the water. So you're not getting the bad stuff, but you're getting a really purified water coming through. And I didn't love that, and especially the flavor. I was not a fan of the flavor. So when my man and I got married, started doing life together, a year and a half, 2 years in, we decided to invest in a really good water filter. We were living in a town again, and we needed a good system. So I started doing a little bit of research, and I had previously known people who had the Berkey water filter system. And so we just did a little bit of research into that. And based on the people I knew who had it, I was pretty sure it was one of the best. And sure enough, that's what research showed. It's such a good water filter system that it's actually called purifier. I actually had friends in third world countries who would just run their water through the Berkey. It does such a good job at purifying water. They didn't need to worry about anything coming through. And so that is what we settled for. And the beautiful thing about this water filtering system is that it actually allows minerals through as well. So they know specifically calcium and magnesium, they do come through. So while this purifies your water really well, it didn't demineralize it. And I love that. So let me walk you through and just give you an overview of the different parts of the Berkey and just how it works. The Berkey water filtering system is actually not something that you necessarily hook up to your tap. It's a gravity-fed countertop water filtering system. So to kick it off, you have two stainless steel canisters, and that is where you will pour your water in the top one for filtering. And once it's filtered, it comes out the second one below, where there's also a spout to tap, where you can open it up and access your water. But inside the top canister, you have the option of putting in your black filters. So you can do 2, you can do 4. The bigger size you get, the more you can add in, up to at least 8. I think they might even have some large Berkeys where you can get more than that, but it's a very simple system. Now, if you are worried about lead or arsenic, or if you have fluoride in your water, the Berkey black filters do take out fluoride, but only up to a certain point. So the Berkey company also made a second type of filter called the PF2 filter that fastens onto the underside of the black filters. Your water also runs through that, and then that will lift out specifically the fluoride and then some of your heavy metals as well. The Berkey has the lid, the top canister, the filters in the top canister, and then down below is where the water collects and where it filters out. Because the Berkey is gravity fed, All you have to do is fill up a jar or a pitcher at the kitchen sink, pour your water into the top, and it will filter through the bottom, and you'll have a nice supply of fresh, clean water waiting for you. So let's go fill my gallon-sized jar that I keep set aside just for filling the Berkey, and I'm gonna show you how it all works. All the water filters that I've tried in my home, the Berkey not only does it give you the best tasting water, but it does such a good job at filtering out things you don't want in your water, from viruses and bacteria to chlorine to fluoride to heavy metals to BPA, petroleum contaminants. Like, you name it, this machine, it's not a machine, this system does it. And I love having that peace of mind of just knowing that we're set up, that we're good, that our water is clean. And I absolutely love the fact that this filter, unlike a lot of them, it actually lets those minerals through. So I love that. Now, the Berkey can be a little bit expensive to get set up with, but for us, and because we have 4 filters in here, this is good for up to doing 12,000 gallons of water before things need to be replaced. Now, I have a blog post where I break down all the math for you, but basically these water filters are going to be good for us and how much water we use every day. They're going to be good for over 8 years for us. So while the Berkey is an upfront cost, it actually is a really great way to go. And if you break down the math, it actually is a pretty cost-efficient water filtering system. So we love it. We love having it here. And again, I love the peace of mind that it brings, knowing that our cooking water is clean and that our drinking water is clean as well. Let's talk about a few of the cons of the Berkey water filter system. So the first obvious one is that it's gravity fed, it sits on your kitchen counter. Your water doesn't come out of the kitchen tap ready to drink. You've got to haul it over, fill your Berkey, let it filter through. So for some people, that's a con. Another thing about the Berkey water filtering system is the canister is silver, it's big, and it's gonna take up space in your kitchen. There's really no way around this. So silver doesn't fit with everyone's kitchen decor, so that is something to think of. Some people don't like it that it doesn't fit. Something just to keep in the back of your mind. Another thing with the Berkey that you do have to take care of is they do say you should wash out the silver canisters about every 6 to 8 months. And then actually your black filters, they can slow down with time. So they usually recommend taking a scrub brush or like some sort of scrubby and scrubbing your filters every so often. Some people say every time you wash the canister, just give those filters a quick scrub to take any little particles out to keep them draining quickly. Now, another thing is that while the black filters will last for a very long time, the PF2 filters for taking out fluoride and lead and arsenic and a few other heavy metals, those are not. Those are only good for up to 1,000 gallons of water. And so you are going to have to pay for and replace those more often if fluoride and heavy metals are an issue in your area. Now you could see here, I do not have those on. My man actually did most of the research initially for these filters, and I did not realize they would not take out fluoride. We do have fluoride in our water here, and so I need to get some PF2 filters and attach them to the underside of the black filters where the water, you saw it dripping through. That is something you should do if you are concerned about fluoride and if you have it in your area, in your water systems. All right, so that is something else to be aware of, that the black filters last for a long time, but the fluoride filters, not as long. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below and I'll get back to you and answer them the best I can, but also reference that blog post I'm going to link below because that's a great resource. I've got a ton of information listed out there for you. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. My name is Autumn Rose. I'm the blogger at atraditionallife.com, and I also run the YouTube channel, A Traditional Life. I'm so glad you joined me. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe or to browse around and watch more videos. All right, folks, we'll see you next time.